Morning, everyone. So here in a little bit, we're going to hear this passage from the Gospel of John, where Jesus promises that even after he's gone, that the Holy Spirit is always going to be with the disciples. Now, what exactly is the Holy Spirit that he's talking about? Because the adults will know that us Lutherans are notoriously bad when it comes to talking about the Holy Spirit. And to explain that, we're going to go through a few of the things we did during our Sunday school lesson on Friday. So if you join me for that, you're already in the know. You're ahead of the game. So you can explain it to everyone else too. So the first thing we went over is to find out more about the Holy Spirit, we should look into the Bible, right? So the most famous story we know about the Holy Spirit comes from the story we're going to hear in a couple weeks about Pentecost. So Pentecost takes place after the story of Easter, after Jesus goes back to heaven. So the disciples and all the other followers, who are going to call apostles now, this whole group of people, they don't have Jesus around anymore. So they're all hanging out together, and then all of a sudden this big rush of wind comes, and all these flames appear on the top of their heads. And then they all start speaking all these different languages, all together. And so really what this is, it's the kickoff for the apostles. These languages show all the different places all over the world where they're going to go and talk about Jesus. So really, this is the kick in their pants to get things going. The other place we can learn about the Holy Spirit is in Martin Luther's Small Catechism. So he has a whole section about the Apostles' Creed, and he even has a section within that where he talks about the third article of the Creed, and that is the whole section about the Holy Spirit. So basically what he says is that faith for us is really, really hard. We can't do it on our own. So the Holy Spirit comes in and works with us to help build that faith. So while we're building that faith, we go and connect with other people and build little faith communities. So that's like our congregation here at Grace. So then these communities don't just stay with themselves. What they do is they go out and they do God's work in the world, kind of what we like to do as well. That's why we like doing service and other ministries like that so much. So really, the Holy Spirit is our partner in crime to help get things done. It's more the fire under our butts rather than the fire above our heads. So, to explain that more, in our Sunday school, we did kind of a little craft of shadow art. So, we use shadows because when you're outside on a nice sunny day, you know your shadow is always with you no matter where you go. Even if a cloud comes by and blocks the sun a little bit, as soon as it passes, boom, your shadow's right there again. No matter how fast you run, you can't lose your shadow. And that's kind of like the Holy Spirit, because no matter how hard we try, the Holy Spirit's going to always be with us. So to make shadow art, the best way to do it is to take a friend while you're outside, take some chalk, outline each other's shadows on the sidewalk, and make some really cool art out of it. But if you're like me, you really want to keep your friends safe right now. So the other way we did it is that I took a piece of paper, I had a lamp, and I had a nice little figurine, and I took its shadow and I traced it out on there. So then, that wasn't it. We took the outline of the shadow, and then we made a nice little pretty picture with it. So, and that's kind of like how the Holy Spirit is with us. So this would be the Holy Spirit all on its own. This outline is I think it's pretty cool, especially since I can't draw, so this is going to be the best drawing of a lion I will ever do. But we don't stop there. We go and we take my skills, the little tiny bit of skills I have of coloring and drawing, and making it a much cooler picture. So that's kind of like how we join forces with the Holy Spirit to make things happen in the world. And the great news that we'll hear today is that no matter what, the Holy Spirit is always just waiting for us waiting for us to join in.